Every single Zombies player has gotten a wonder weapon before on their first mystery box spin of the game. This is the best feeling because it sets them up for the entire game, because now they don't have to spend any points on mystery box hits. All Zombies players have also played split screen before. This is one of the most iconic features in COD Zombies, and whether it was at a friend's house, a cousin's, or even at their house, it's been in front of their eyes and they have good memories. It also feels like everyone has had a wonder weapon before and then accidentally swapped it out with a trashy weapon. This is the worst feeling when it happens because you go from like all set up to back to square one in like 2 seconds. That's how the rest of this video is gonna go. We're looking at a bunch of relatable things in COD Zombies and finding 35 things we've all done. We've all played Transit and gotten on the bus and just started knifing Ted for a really long time. Like even after he started driving. Can we really be blamed though? We just wanted to see what would happen, and even if he kicks us off the bus, so what? Speaking of Transit, anyone who's played that map has raged about the denizens at some point in time. Whether they caused you to die, slowed down your travel time, or just made you more annoyed, there has been some raging. Bro, get off of me! Whenever there was a big ledge somewhere in a map, everyone that I know would just dolphin dive down it. Common areas were the Kino der Toten spawn, the town bar, and the Origins basement. This literally gave no benefit, but it was always fun to do for some reason. It feels like every Zombies player has that one friend who's just a noob at Zombies. And lucky for me, I got that one friend of mine to record himself playing a game of Town, and we're gonna play a little game with him. I wanna see if he does any of the things we list in this video without me telling him what they are. And for each thing that he does, I'm gonna give him $5. But he doesn't know all that. I just told him to record himself playing a random game of Town and send it to me. So while he's playing, let's just look at some more things we've all done, and we'll check back with him later in the video. Whether we want to admit it or not, we've all killed the last zombie when we were clearly told to save it. This could have been on accident or other circumstances. Okay, don't kill the last zombie, you got it?
Yep, sounds good.
What just happened? What happened to the last zombie?
I got stuck.
You got stuck. Oh my goodness. Every Zombies player has gotten all set up on a map before and then went down just a couple seconds later. You probably saved up all your points and then went on a spending spree so that you basically had no points left. And then when you went down, now you don't have enough points to buy back what you just lost. It's not a good situation. There's nothing worse than getting double swiped by a zombie, especially because it somehow always happens right before you were gonna buy Jug. Like if the zombies waited a couple of seconds, that literally wouldn't have happened. Oh well. Speaking of hating something, we've all hated the fire on the Green Run maps. All it does is damage you and stop you from sprinting. There is literally no positive to this mechanic except for storyline purposes. Another thing we've all done in BO2 Zombies is get trashy weapons from the mystery box. It feels like whenever you play with a friend, they just get the best box luck, and then you go up and always roll a war machine. Players have also gotten max ammos exactly when they need them. It might have come from the last bullet of your gun, or you were just starting to run low on ammo, but either way, the beloved power-up showed up at the right time. Something not so good is the Nova 6 gas on Kino der Toten. Every player has been in this stuff and either thought to themselves how much they hate it, or it's caused them to die. Yeah, we love the Nova 6 gas. Whether they want to admit it or not, every Zombies player has been scared of COD Zombies at one point in their life. Maybe you were younger when it happened, or you were just playing like a creepier map, but it definitely did happen. Something else that definitely happened to all players is dying from fall damage on die rise. Now, there's a few ways that it could have happened. You either slipped off the map, you failed a trample steam jump, or you just fell from a high place, and neither of them were fun when they happened. Every player has sat and listened to the menu music for like a long time. Maybe you were in a party with your friends just chilling, or maybe you were just solo and wanted to listen to some quality music. But this song played for quite a long time, and it's pretty iconic. Every Zombies player has gotten Mule Kick before and then got a really good weapon in the Mule Kick slot and then went down shortly after and lost that good weapon. It's so sad when it happens because it usually just leaves the player like, dang, I really just lost that ray gun. Just quickly checking in with my friend here, he actually hasn't done any of the things we listed yet. But he did get a hammer from the mystery box, so that's pretty cool. But I'm sure he'll do some of the things. I mean, he's only on round 7. He's got plenty of time left to make his money. Alright, we'll check back with him later. Another thing that we've all done has been crushed by the Origins robot. Whether we just missed a shot or thought that it was a different front foot. It's happened and we're not proud of it. Another thing on Origins that we've all done is get killed by the Panzer. This dude is just iconic and he's pretty strong if you don't know what you're doing against him, and most Zombies players did not know what they were doing against him at some point in time. Something else that players did when they didn't know what they were doing was on Mob of the Dead. They didn't revive themselves in time while they were in Afterlife, and if players don't make it back to their character in time, the game just ends, which is problematic. Something else problematic is the Pack-a-Punch on Transit. Every player has placed down the turbine in the right spot and ran to go pack just to find out that the Pack-a-Punch door was closed. It's the worst feeling because you have to run and get another turbine and then retry the thing all over again. Something else involving Pack-a-Punch is on Buried. Every player has gone into the witch's house thinking that they were gonna go Pack-a-Punch and then get absolutely demolished by the witches just to come out with 0 points. But hey, at least they got their free perk. Every player has gotten their guns stolen from the Pentagon thief and then were incredibly confused about what just happened. This was probably in their first few games ever of 5, but still, it was kind of weird when it happened. Everyone who's played Moon has tried to get Juggernog before going into the map, but everyone has also failed in getting the 2,500 points. Everyone's been so close, but always ended up dying to some cheese. Every player has been in that one game where their teammates will just never buy any doors. Like, dude, we all have to advance and you have the most points. Just please buy a door. Another thing involving teammates is it feels like there's always been that one teammate who's died a ton and all you've done the whole game is just revive them. No shame, but it's just something that's happened to all of us. Something else that's always happened to us is we accidentally picked up a nuke or a max ammo while we were knifing and we were not supposed to get it. This could have made our teammates mad or maybe just ourselves, but there was nothing that we could have done about it. Every player has also unfortunately blown themselves up in a game. This could have been from the Mustang and Sally's or maybe the ray gun, but whatever it was, everyone's done it and they're probably pretty ashamed of it. Something else players have done that's gotten them killed is running through traps. Whether they just found out what traps were and they didn't know that they killed them, or they accidentally ran through one, it's just unfortunately happened. Everyone has had a favorite camping spot on a map, whether that was the buried Juggernog Alley, the Derice Catwalk, or some other spot. There's just always been a favorite. Everyone has experienced power switch lag. It's basically whenever you turn on the power in any map, your game is gonna skip for a few seconds. I don't know why this happens, but it just does. Everyone has been affected by the crew on Origins at the worst times. Like seriously, if you go into the crazy place, the crew is going off on the next round change. That's just how it works and we all have to live with it. Every player has sat and listened to the perk jingles. Now this could have been in the game while they were just chilling, or maybe they even looked them up online. But whatever it was, they heard them and they decided which ones were their favorites. Everyone has complained or thought about how hard Shangri-La was as a kid, but then when they got older, they realized that they were just bad players back then, and it's not actually that hard. Well, maybe a little bit. Earlier in the video, I sent my friend to play a game of Town to see if he encountered any of the things that we listed, and judging by the gameplay that he sent me, it looks like he encountered 2 of the things. He blew himself up with the Mustang and Sally, which is actually pretty funny, and then he eventually got all set up and blew himself up again, so he ended up earning himself 10 bucks. And I have no idea why he pack-a-punched the Mustang and Sally. But that's all 35 things we've all done. Thank you for watching, and watch another video.